Full reactions are available on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of episode 1 of Hawkeye. Never meet your heroes, and press play when I press play. When the timer reaches 0. I don't know how to feel about this one. I've always liked Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. I've always liked Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye in the MCU. And I generally like Hawkeye as a character, but I've never been a big fan of his. And it's not one of those cases where I don't know a lot about them, so I don't know how to feel about them. I'm fine with Hawkeye. He's cool. So going into this, it's not that I have negative expectations. I just have none as far as how I'm gonna feel about this. I'm sure it'll have good action. I'm sure Jeremy Renner will be good, probably with some family stuff. I know that Natasha's sister's supposed to be in this show. That should be interesting, setting her up for the future. But, I'm sure I'll like it. It's a good way, is where I'm coming from perspective-wise. If I don't, it might take me a while to realize this, because, what? Anyway, starting the timer in 10 seconds. I do love the title of the first episode. And I wonder who exactly the character it'll end up applying to. Obviously, it's not going to be Hawkeye. Almost for sure, unless he runs into Robin Hood, I guess. I probably sounded like a bit of a negative Nancy there in the opening, and really not. I'm sure this will be good, and I'm looking forward to it. Really? What do we need to cover from the 2012 stuff? After the New York invasion? Obviously. Or is it before? Is it... Is this before or after? I'm guessing it's... Here it comes. I'm guessing before, because we're kind of setting up a situation where this penthouse gets crushed. If these are characters that are in the MCU, I don't think that's Hawkeye's wife, then sorry, I'm not recognizing them at the moment. Which, yeah, I mean... Okay. That was good. That was good. Stop saying that, please! Absolutely. Because absolutely things fall from the sky in the MCU. It's gonna happen. We're setting up an ironic situation. Dead. God, I'm gonna feel so stupid if these are characters I just flat out shouldn't know. By God, that's Jeremy Renner now. I am legitimately impressed. Maybe we know the kid, because obviously this is 9 years in the past. But with the 5-year time skip, I'm actually a little uncertain of where things should be for a lot of characters, so wayside that for a second. Oh, there it is. It's a parade! I'm surprised, and maybe we will with one of these upcoming shows, that we haven't really had any of these set during the blip. Come to think of it, that'd be... Because 5 years, it's a lot of time. We've had some characterization of what happened during it, but other than the Avengers movies. I doubt it, but I'm feeling like a bad guy origin story right now with how this is playing. It might, yeah. Oh dear. So I believe they were the Chitauri, working for Loki. Don't quote me on that. They were actively after civilians, not just general destruction. Is she gonna want to emulate herself after her hero? Never meet your heroes, I got it. Well, where were you? You were out of frame for like 5 seconds, and then it was like, poof. Thought you got blipped 3 years, not 3, 3. Wow, that was just bad math right there. Like 7 or so years early, however long it was. Time is time is warped and space is relative. However, the time is warped and space is bendable. So she's the one who's gonna meet Hawkeye. Man, for Green Arrow, I know like a whole cavalcade of characters that are associated with the Arrow persona. Not so sure for Hawkeye. Whoa. Hold up. Bishop. That sounds... No, wait, that's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guy. Never mind. I thought it sounded familiar. Starting the timer at 6:05 and 3, 2, 1, go. No. So that was a fucking lie. I mean, like, depending on how you interpret it, anyway. Oh. Oh, don't die. Ooh. We haven't really gotten an origin story like that, where the two parents die separately. Like, as a part of the origin. I can't think of a superhero where that's happened. Usually it's both at once, or you just lose one of them. Or in the case of, like, Spider-Man, one of the father figure. Aw. Dude, these opening credit sequences for the shows have been gorgeous. I love when something looks unique. Even if I'm not digging the visuals in and of themselves, the fact that they make something unique, it makes it much more, it feels like it's worth my time to watch these opening bits. Oh, and it's telling her story. Okay, I get it. At first, I thought it was just Hawkeye, until I started paying more attention to the actual ongoings. Ooh. For the record, although they were amazing in it as well, I don't really count WandaVision into that factor because of it sort of suited the entire theme of the show for them to have the weird opening credit sequences. So I'm giving credit to everything and WandaVision, but not really in this conversation. I loved that. Okay, I'm in. Maybe she's like a new Hawkeye? Maybe? Yeah, oh yeah, because, like, I don't think he is in the comics, but in Endgame, he effectively took on the role of Ronin, which I don't think he's ever been in the comics. I don't think those two characters are the same, ever. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't read all comics. Maybe he's not Hawkeye anymore, and she will be. That could work. And if she's a character in the comics who has previously taken on the mantle of Hawkeye, well, maybe you guys know, but I don't, so fun. Starting the timer at 8:33 and 3, 2, 1, go. Stain Tower? Why was Stain still getting a tower? Like, he tried to kill Stark? Maybe it's a different Stain. Or maybe it's his family or something. I guess they wouldn't just lose all their money. Nice. This looks kind of dorky, actually. It worked, though. Greer? Kate. So she's just doing this something for fun. Or prank or whatever. Oh, I see. Yeah! I was gonna say, I don't think so if it's a real brass bell, but I have no idea if they make them out of other things. What? Do you have your, like, homemade trick arrows? Wait a second. Hawkeye on a budget. I kind of want to see it. Oh. Oh. What is that? Oh! Ah! That's just cool. Now you need to get out of it. It shouldn't break. What? I guess it does. Maybe it doesn't get rung that often, but that kind of thing is built to last. You might get some creaking, but like that just seems dumb. Contrived, really, I should say. Oh, I guess I don't blame you for bailing. Not much you can do, but damn it. Crazy how that just happened. What bow and arrow? I don't shoot. As impressive as the aim was, I do wish that they'd acknowledge that despite we're in a superhero universe, this kind of thing's more common. Getting on top of the building the way she did, incredibly difficult. Man, I'd love a little short of like we're getting to see a little bit of it, but like a 20-minute short just getting to see this musical or like big snippets. Hey. That's great. As far as the public knows, Steve Rogers is still alive and not bad happened to him, right? Like, that's kind of how they made it sound before, is like they didn't know where he was, but. Hmm. Because I'm stuck wondering what rights issues they would have had to go through to make this story. Ooh, is he getting like some PTSD watching this? Oh no. Aw. Oh. Cool. This. Funny. He's got it is a Black Widow part of it. Like, I can't believe that they would ask him to come to this, is where I'm stuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I never turned on the subtitles. Oh. After these messages, he'll be right back. Traditional musicals sometimes have a hard time holding my interest because they're more interested in the dance numbers and how elaborate they are than they are in the lyrics. So that's why I don't usually watch a lot of those. But it works. Right now? Oh, come on, man. You really gotta feel out. If you see a celebrity, you really gotta feel out whether or not then is a good time or not to ask for a picture. It's not always bad. Some people are like, never talk to them, never nothing. It depends largely on who you're dealing with. But while they're taking a piss in the bathroom, not the time to ask. And I'm sure that's not the only reason he was kind of turning the guy down. Best friend. It's close enough. I liked the Hulk. He had the worst costume. Granted, the hardest costume to do, but it was still bad for that. Hmm. Is it about the bell thing? I'm actually like the setup for this story, and I kind of hope most of it takes place around Christmas because I love a Christmas aesthetic, and this is the time of season for when we're watching this. So, like it. Ooh, this is just a great setup. Okay, so this is an irregular look for her. Okay, so things have changed. They were already pretty wealthy. I didn't pick up on that in the beginning. I guess I should have realized she's in an archery club, which a world where Hawkeye exists, maybe that makes those more popular, but I know there was never an archery club at my high school. Like, that is a rich people school thing. Maybe it's different in the Marvel universe because of guys like Hawkeye. I imagine that would change things a little bit. Like, for instance, Haikyuu, the anime, increased volleyball signups in Japan, like, by a decent number, apparently. So, things like that can happen, even on a small scale. But I should have picked up on how strange that was before. There's an archery club. Starting the timer at 18:59. 3, 2, 1, go. I expected the first thing she'd go for would be like to give up archery or something, and I would have thought that would be just shitty. And I actually much better like how she's doing this. Boarding school. He has an evil mustache. Oh God, who are you? I know you. Not the character, the actor. Bad guy. Oh my God. If not bad guy, they want us to think bad guy. So hard. Yes. It wasn't quite a handlebar, but it was like a broken handlebar. Man, I haven't seen What If yet, but one thing I would love is if not all of Hawkeye's family had been blipped away. If it was if like all but one or whatever the number ended up being. I can't believe they went in the first place. I adding on to the thought process that she's gonna be the new Hawkeye, not some other name that they're gonna give her. I do like how Marvel's working slowly to transition everything to the new generation of superheroes. We don't really have an Iron Man yet. Maybe the daughter, maybe Pepper, but maybe Rhodey. I guess he's in there too. Uh, but they're working on establishing a new, younger team that's going to probably be guided by the more experienced, long-time heroes. Much like how comic books keep things running in the long term. Things like this, assuming they can keep it successful, make me wonder how long they can keep this going, because eventually it's all going to get rebooted. Wow. There it is. Mr. Gossip. Tuck him! Wow! Okay, I don't remember what your name is, but you had a bad guy name too. The seventh? Jesus Christ! Look at you stirring shit up. You know what you're doing. Oh boy, you're not just gossip, you're scheming. Oh boy. This is one of those things where you give the kid a phone call, at least. You ain't gotta stop living your life, but like, yeah, you should be sorry. I'm glad I don't have this bad of a relationship with my parents. I'd like to think if one of them got remarried or something that I'd get a text at least. God, I was totally on the mom's side earlier, lady. Like with how she handled the situation with the tower and all that, but now I'm like this lady. Oh, wonder if they got a real one-eyed dog, or if it's CG. playing an awful lot of Hitman, so the tuxedo, that's all I'm thinking of. Ooh. Oh my. Honestly, that was terrible acting, but you got the message. Remember the eavesdropping thing that your dad talked to you about? Okay, Kate, Eleanor. I don't remember the guys. Jack is the one she's marrying. I don't remember this guy's name. Kate Bishop. So Eleanor Bishop. Oh man, I hope she keeps her last name if they do end up getting married because I gotta hear this guy's last name again. But there's no way it's cooler than Bishop. Or maybe she. Hmm. God, you know how much I love Christmas and Christmas music and all that, because I work retail and I'm still having a good time. Oh, I see. You can get into 95% of the businesses on the planet if you're carrying a ladder and have a safety vest on. Is that? Oh, I gotta look him up now. Lalo from Better Call Saul. I'm gonna be very happy with myself if I recognized him because I'm usually awful with actors I don't know. I'm just bad with faces in general. Okay, Tony Dalton. Yes! Ah, it's Lalo. I knew him. Yes! Oh, it's a very big moment for me whenever this kind of thing happens where I'm just right. Now let's find out who the dad is. His he looks familiar too. Do 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 do. Oh, I thought his name was. It said his name was Simon Cowell for a second. I was like, that is not Simon Cowell. His name is Simon Cowlow. Uh, all right. See if I've seen him in anything before. He's done a fair bit of acting, but I don't think he's done any A-list projects. At least not that I can see. Oh, my bad. My bad. On IMDb, there's an entire he's like been in dozens and dozens of productions as himself, and I was looking at all of those instead of his acting roles. He was in The Reluctant Dragon as the dragon. He was in the Dennis the Menace TV series for an episode. I've seen that. Oh, oh. I, the credit on IMDb was around the world in 80 days. Around the world in 80 days, and it said he was Phileas Fogg. And I had to do a double take because I've seen that movie a lot. So if that was the same guy, I'd be like, well, he changed. No, it appears to be the animated one. He was Scrooge in one of the Christmas Carol movies. Oh, the Sarah Jane Adventures. He was on a couple episodes. Ooh, I don't remember him, but he was on Doctor Who as Charles Dickens for a couple episodes. Hmm. And that's it for what I've seen him in. Okay. I'm sorry I wasted so much time just trying to figure out what an actor is. What an actor is. What an actor is. A person who appears in productions with the intent to entertain while also creating the illusion of being someone else. No, who an actor is. But I just I wasn't gonna get it out of my head until I figured it out. Sorry about that. Starting the timer at 28:51 and 3, 2, 1, go. Him I love. Your disguise worked a little too well. Okay, she didn't start that great, but it was actually a really wonderful recovery. The best way to get into another place is also to act like you belong there. And she said that line with such conviction at the end, not at the beginning so much. Gary, Gary! Got it. Gary? Ah, you didn't have to run, just walk! That worked! He bought it! Wait! No! That was some shitty luck right there. I'm Gary. It'd be great if he wasn't Gary. That's genius if he was not Gary. Ooh. Alien technology? Ah! Really? Asshole. Okay, so no one. I guess it's important that no one knows that Hawkeye was Ronin because of the more ruthless measures he took. But, well, I guess this is a good reason that they'd end up being the meeting if Renner shows up here. Ah. Okay, so it's probably not Hawkeye showing up right now. I feel like he wouldn't have done quite that much damage just to get his clothes back. At least now when they're not being used for anything expressly evil. All right, I see you, buddy. I'm probably gonna. Nah, Jack's not hard. I'll probably figure out Jack, but if I can never remember his name, I might just end up calling him Lalo for a lot of this. Ooh, she's taking the suit. Is there anything special about the suit? Like, I assume it's like knife resistant, that kind of thing, just good fabric, but I doubt it's even that good. Unless they I'm pretty sure it's just clothes. I don't think it matters right now. There we go. Just to hide your identity right now. I didn't think they were gonna try and hurt people, so I wasn't that worried about anything like that. But I guess they're just on a murder spree. Oh my god. They said they were after the watch, and is that the watch right there that we saw on that one guy's wrist? Man, she transitioned to dodging gunfire quick. Like, I believe that she's super badass and all that. Like, that she could really pull this off, like, as far as the Marvel Universe is concerned. But as your first fight, in the big leagues, so to speak. Oof, that's a little tough to believe. That was that was bullshit, but it was cool. I do kind of wish that it would cover just how impressive it is to use your environment to your advantage in a fight, because that's not really something you learn in classes. Uh, ooh. How strong must she be? Oh my goodness. You could have killed her. You had her. I'm sorry, she just strangled a guy with her thighs. Like, she should not be getting bodied at this point if that's what they're gonna establish. See, that's not even, they don't usually depict, I mean, I know that he can, but they don't usually depict Hawkeye, and I don't know if they do it with her at all in the comics, as being like a bullseye type person who can just like perfectly aim like ricochets and crap. What? I guess he deserved that, but that just felt like insult to injury at that point. No, not the puppy. Nice. Dude, like, yeah, I was gonna say, are they really gonna chase her? So that guy's gonna be an important character. Okay, probably. One of the things I loved about Spider-Man: Homecoming was that it was a much smaller scale story. Same thing with Ant-Man. There weren't world-ending stakes, anything like that, and I'm getting the same vibes from here. No. Oh dear. Honestly, the shit she was pulling with the bottles and all that, like, is about as impressive as anything I've seen Hawkeye do in the MCU. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that although they're probably not gonna present it like this, as far as I'm concerned, she's already as good as he is. Yes, the doggy wants some pizza. Probably not good for him in the long term, but for now, fine. Of course he likes pizza. What kind of monster dog doesn't like pizza? Can't possibly be any worse than the last building he was near. Okay, he's probably better at scaling buildings than you. I mean, ditch the mask and the overcoat, just carry it over your arm and you'd look perfectly natural. Uh, when all's said and done. So it's a good costume. No. Oh. Whew. I thought it was Lalo. I'm sad for this guy too, because he looked like, even though the acting wasn't incredible, that he'd have a good dynamic with the rest of the cast. Even if he was a bad guy. Now what, though? They're gonna think Ronan killed him. Oh, wow, she didn't see him. I thought she was gonna see him with him. See her with him. Good escape. Alright. What are the odds? Really? What are the odds? New York is such a huge city. Nah. Bullshit. Oh boy. For the record, when I say she's as good as Hawkeye is, I'm purely referring to the use of various things for aimed-based combat. Everything else, it's clear that she's not quite on the superhero level yet. To be honest with you, I actually kind of think Bullseye would be a better teacher for her. Because that's the kind of stuff she's doing. Oh boy. I get why he was gonna beat the shit out of the person, but get some kind of explanation. Wonderful time of the year. Yeah, get some kind of explanation first, because there was really legitimately. I mean, like, the situation she got herself in was a little sus, but there was nothing wrong with the reason she put on the suit. It's not like she's like, I'm the new Ronin. It was, I need a mask. What? That's. I usually watch the end credits, but like, what happened was I clicked on the screen to enlarge the credits again, and it just took me back to the homepage. That was annoying. Starting the timer at 45, 44, and 3, 2, 1, go. Anyway, great first episode. I really do like Kate a lot. I'm kind of hoping that Clint isn't just miserable the entire show. Like, the full, you know, brooding figure. But I feel like that's kind of what they're setting up. And I can dig it. It's fine. The that especially that one uh robber who pulled the mask up to look for extra long. Before that happened, I didn't think of these guys as important characters at all. Like, it was just the setup, the inciting incident for her doing something. But now I'm curious where they're going with that group. I'm really hoping the Christmas aesthetic is the whole show. Wonderful time of the most wonderful time. Next time, guys.